Welcome to the course of Metrology and Measurement. Today I shall discuss the third lecture of Metrology and Measurement, and I am Dr. Gautam Pal, Associate Professor of University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. In the previous section, I have discussed about the various aspects of metrology and measurement that includes the idea about measurement, the definition of measurement, that is the measurement is nothing but the comparison process where the physical quantity to be measured is compared with a known value, that is the standard one, and we get the result as a comparison outcome of this comparison process. And in that case, suppose the shaft data to be measured with a vernier caliper, then we'll get the size of the shaft in terms of millimeter or centimeter. And also this measurement process is an important, so I discussed the need of measurement process, where in the case of need of measurement I discussed that measurement is not only the basis of the fundamental research and development, but it also a part of daily day-to-day commodities. And also we are using metrology knowingly or unknowingly, we are using the metrology knowingly or unknowingly in our daily life. Now today I shall discuss mainly on the classification of measurement. So why the classification of measurement is needed? Classification of measurement is needed to get an idea that what kind of processes you are using for your measurement system. So here, if you divide the measurement system or classify the measurement system into various parts, it looks like this. So measurement can be defined as a mechanics type or mechanism type and the power types, where the mechanics types means the measurement can be done with the help of the some formula or some experimental result or some rational methods. That is, mechanics type system is divided into empirical method, rational method and experimental method. What are those? I shall discuss it shortly. And another is power type system, where we use the ammeter, voltmeter, any power type system which can not only display but also record the results. Now, if I go to the broad details of the empirical method of measurement, it is, suppose an experienced worker is doing his job in lathe for a long time, where he derived some formula which is used as a thumb rule in the course, used as a thumb rule in the handbook and the course of a manufacturing workshop. Now, suppose that cutting tool life equation Vt to the power n equal to constant, where V is the cutting speed and T is the tool life and n is the index. So, Vt to the power n equal to constant is an empirical method of determining the tool life of a cutting tool used in lathe or any case. So, empirical method is nothing but it is based on the intuition and good judgment of an experienced worker as a part of the designer. The information and data are available in the form of thumb rule in the handbook of the workshop. So suppose for example, I am using a carbide tool and to machine or to turning a mild steel job or to turning a titanium job, then we have to use some formula in order to set our cutting speed, that is the spindle RPM or the cutting speed in meter per minute or spindle RPM, and also the feed rate and the cutting depth of cut. So suppose we have selected that cutting speed is 100 meter per minute and the feed rate is 0.5 millimeter per revolution and the depth of cut is in 0.2 millimeter. Then we will get the material removal rate by the formula V equal to cutting speed into feed rate into depth of cut. By giving this formula, we will get the material removal rate of that workpiece and the cutting tool combination. Now, if we change the workpiece and the cutting tool material, then this result will be obtained different from the previous one. So this type of formula are written in the as a thumb rule in the handbook of the workshop. So and also how long the cutting tool will go on without its before it becoming blunt, how long it will cut the material properly, that can be determined with the formula of Vt to the power n equal to constant. So these are the part of empirical method, and next in this method there is no mathematical calculus, there is no scientific law or relationship is attached. So that is only some experimental work is done, and based on this experimental work some empirical formula have been developed. But in case of rational method, it is strictly based on well-established scientific law and relationship. Here, main thing is that in case of mechanical engineering, these rational method are based on the mechanics and also on the thermodynamics and fluid mechanics and dynamics. So in that case, any other field like any other field of mechanical engineering are not so involved in developing this rational method. So rational methods are those which are based mainly on the mechanics, thermodynamics and the fluid mechanics in case of mechanical engineering point of view. So rational method can give you the established relationship between your product parameter and the output results. So next is the experimental method. So in this case, experimental method is based on correlated measurement of all physical quantity. Correlated measurement of all physical quantities that are involved during machining or during any other operation. So in this case, in this method, the product based on the initial design is tested, accurate, and it is correlated measurement of all physical quantities are involved. That means, that is to say that suppose you are doing a operation suppose you are taking the reading in case of blood sugar or blood pressure, and in that case if you measuring it in different machine, then the result will be different, and depending on the time and the situation, this blood pressure and blood sugar will be different. So you have to correct this error or correct the situation or correct the condition. You have to take the reading several times, and by trial and error method you have to reduce this error. And in that case, for that you have to do experimental method. You have to operate the experimental method. And also, if you see that in case of lathe operation, that I have already discussed, that when a lathe operation is done by to get the desired shape and size, suppose turning is done to get the SAPDA, to reduce the SAPDA from 100 millimeter to 80 millimeter, then you will not get the exact data for all the time, 80 millimeter all the time. So it should be within some range, and you have to reduce this error, or you have to manufacture this SAP within the specified tolerance zone, with a narrower tolerance zone, with a in such a way that your error should be minimum. So this is done with the help of experimental data. This is done with the help of experimental data, experimental method, and this is called the experimental type measurement. Next, classification of measurement. Under the classification of measurement, another type rather than this mechanics type, there is a power type system is there. In this power type system, you can use the for example, the ammeter, voltmeter, wattmeter. These are example of the power type method of measurement, where the monitoring and operational measurement, which are usually a part of a control system. That means the quantities measured are indicated, and sometimes it is also recorded. And in this case, these results are very important, because when you measure the current or voltage or power of your, suppose in your electricity box, the electrical meter, what are the unit are you have consumed, you have to measure it properly, because on this unit, depending on this unit, your electricity bill will be produced. So this measurement is very important from the day-to-day life. So now in this module I have discussed, in this lecture I have discussed about the various measurement classification, including the mechanics type, which includes the empirical method. What is empirical method? That is it is based on intuition and good judgment of a experienced worker. And the rational method is based on the scientific law and relationship. And the experimental method, which is a trial and error method for reducing the error of measurement. And next, it is the very important, that is the power method, which is used for a control system, which is used mainly for the control system like ammeter, voltmeter, etc. So now in the next module I shall discuss about the methods of measurement. So thank you.